just one last remark on this fight with Brian Melanson and Kelvin Gastelum. If you can get a really nice line in this prop as fight of the night, go for it, because both men has great chin, both push the action all the time, so the fight will be great, high paced, high level, and you can really go for it. I believe it will be the fight of the night. So talking about the next fight, which is between Donald Cerrone and Rafael Dos Anjos. In one betting website, it's Ladbrokes. I believe this is the website. So Donald Cerrone is plus 130 there. So if you can get him at this money, man, you can really go for it, because I believe here Donald Cerrone is the better fighter, because he's the better striker. Rafael Dos Anjos had really striking problems in the past. He has really sharpened it up very nicely. He's really becoming a good stand-up fighter, but he still has little bit of problems when he is to close the gap. I noticed this in his last fight against Evan Dunham. I bet him myself. Got lucky that he scored, but I really found some problems there, mostly in his striking, which was when he was to close the gap. This Evan Dunham all the time fired his 1-2, and Rafael Dos Anjos really shut himself down when he was to come in, and Evan countered, and of course then he circled out and tried again. Eventually he scored, but Donald Cerrone, he's really great at his range. He's really good in keeping the guys at his range. He fires long. He has really nice kicks. He's really quick and he has very sharp and powerful kicks. So I believe he'll land at his range. I believe that Rafael Dos Anjos will be outstriked. And now my only concern is what version of Donald Cerrone will show up, and about his motivation, because in the past some fights he just really gave up, in this Benson Henderson second WEC fight. He got tapped in 1 minute 30 seconds, it was a tight guillotine, but he could have survived, So I believe sometimes he's not so much with his head in the correct place, to come really prepared for the fight. But in his last fight, he was really amazing, He was very sharp, very quick. He was moving his head better. My only concern with Donald Cerrone is his style. He fights in a tall stance, Muay Thai stance, but he barely moves his head. But in this last fight, he was a little bit better there. He was committing a little bit better to hand strikes. So he was really great. He really, for me, he destroyed KJ Nunes. Maybe he didn't do that much of damage, but he barely gave KJ Nunes any chance. And KJ tried to push the pace and tried to do his thing. Donald really outstriked him and was really great. And also Donald Cerrone really mixed up some nice takedowns. He's not the best wrestler. He is very good, but his problem is the stance again, because he doesn't really lower his stance. He does everything from the tall stance, so he cannot go like this. He doesn't go so deep in these takedowns, but he uses it when the opponent rushes in and try to close the gap, so he times it and he can score. Now it's hard now to count Rafael Dos Anjos so much off, because he's also a great fighter. He's quick, but I noticed that he has been better in the past. If you see his previous fight against Clay Guida, man, he was so quick and explosive. And then he's really paced himself a lot, I believe, to save a little bit his cardio, not to go so crazy. But I believe he was a little bit better, more explosive and quicker in the past. So I don't know. For me, in this last fight, he didn't really showed up against Evan Dunham. He got even taken down himself, so he barely shoot for any. So I believe in this fight he will come to try to get Donald Cerrone to the ground eventually. But Donald Cerrone has great takedown defense. If his head is in place, he can really score out against Rafael Dos Anjos. So if you can get him at the plus money, go for it. But if not, then I think it's quite hard to bet this fight, because there is no way to count Rafael Dos Anjos completely out. There is no way to know if Donald Cerrone has his head in the correct place. You can check the weigh-ins to see the stare down and something like that, but it's quite hard to measure like this. So I recommend the betting line is now as a pass, but I believe that the betting public will come with Rafael Dos Anjos. If you are betting from Brazil, you can wait, because Brazilians go crazy with the Brazilian fighters. So you can just wait. The line will go down in Rafael Dos Anjos for sure. Then you can bet Donald Cerrone. And even if you are from USA or Europe or Australia, I don't know, you can wait. I believe still the betting public will be supporting Rafael Dos Anjos, because there are lots of hype behind him. The people who call fights in the UFC, Joe Rogan, these guys, they are really backing up Rafael Dos Anjos, saying that he's a great grappler, great fighter, flawless performances. And Donald Cerrone, he's performed well last fight, but he has been having some upsets in the past, so maybe the public is not so sure about him. So I believe the best for now is just wait until the line climbs up with Donald Cerrone. And then if you can get him at plus 120, you can really try a small to medium play, because the fight will be close. But I believe Donald Cerrone is a better fighter. And just one concern again are the judges. You know, if at the end Rafael Dos Anjos can score some takedown, he will steal the round. But this can happen in any fight, so then it's on you. But I believe Donald Cerrone can really win this fight.